I did not know what happened to the last one, so let me know if you're here. I'm trying it horizontally now so I can get, yeah, I'm not sure what's happening. It's like every live stream I've done has been the same, and now all of a sudden, oh, Mike is here. Okay, now I can see the chat. I'm so sorry. Were you trying to type, Mike? And it just, yeah, I'm so frustrated with that because I had it all set up completely like I always do, and I hit live, and it said, it was waiting for me to invite someone, like I'd set it up like I was inviting someone. And then, even though I'd set it up horizontally, it wouldn't let me do horizontal. And yeah, there was nothing. There was no chat. All I could see was that there was a couple of likes, and I don't know what happened there. So I'm sorry, but if anybody comes back, that would be great. Thanks for coming, Mike's Adventure Sparks. Always good to see you. So yeah, I'm just out here, have my coffee. Okay, good. Thanks, Cheryl. So frustrating. So frustrating when you try to, preview something you set up. I wrote a long description. I changed the title, scheduled it, and yeah, it totally didn't work. So, but that's okay. We'll bounce back. We're gonna bounce back here and go for it. So, my title that I had before was change, and how when something changes, it sparks conversation. But like, hey, Jen, yeah, thanks for coming. I had to restart this because it totally didn't work when I started it. I spent like 5 minutes talking to myself and everybody that was on the stream, but I couldn't see them. I couldn't interact with the chat. There was no chat. It was very odd. So I'm trying it again, just restarting the live. But my topic I wanted to talk about, of course, we can talk about anything you guys want to talk about, was just how change kind of sparks new direction, sparks conversation. And I wrote a whole long description of it in my other live, but I deleted that. So it's gone. As I didn't want to confuse anyone who kind of found it. Anyway, that's too bad. I spent quite a bit of time thinking of the right words to say. Let's see if I can remember some of them. It was about how, um, starting with YouTube, and we've all been talking about the changes, and how when things changed on YouTube, the rules changed. It kind of started people thinking a bit. Some people reacted right away, some people took a while, and it was more about like how when something shifts, when there's new rules on YouTube or something shifts in your life, maybe a new life season, maybe just something happens, a health scare, it could be anything. And then suddenly you start rethinking things. And so I noticed a lot of people were kind of rethinking their channel and what they wanted to do on their channel. Do you feel more free today now that you've made a decision to be your whole self on here? Yeah. I kind of do. Yeah. I kind of just let that go a little bit. Just realizing I'm kind of in the shadows, with my face not turned toward the sun, but the sun is that way. That's okay. Yeah. That sort of sparked that thought in my head, right? What am I doing on YouTube? What am I doing with my channel? And realizing that I kind of feel this sense of discontent. And I think at first I thought, well, it's because there's a lot of stress right now. Like a lot of things are starting. I'm gearing up for my online courses to start. I've been working really hard on that. My son's probably going to start a job soon. We're doing a huge amount of outside work right now, trying to plant trees. And I've just been doing a lot. So I thought, you know what? I think it's just that I'm stressed. Um, hey, Judith is here. Welcome. For some reason, the chat isn't happening as normal. It's just like flashing on the screen. And so I have like just a couple of seconds to read it and then it disappears. So I'll try and make sure if I don't read your message, that's why I didn't have time. But I'll pay more close attention. So have you ever had that? I mean, that was kind of my story where I realized it's not just all these stresses happening in my life. It's not just the new rules. It's short messages only then. I that's okay. I got enough time if I pay attention. I think it's about yeah, it gives me about 8 seconds to read them. I don't know what's going on. Speaking of changes. Oh my goodness. But has that happened for you? I'm sure it's happened for everyone, but if you want to share anything or discuss it at all, there's been several times in my life where something changed and it made me realize, you know what? I'm not stuck in this job. I'm not stuck in this place I live. Another change just to keep us hopping. Yeah. Yeah. Live stream. I thought I had live streams all figured out. I could just kind of open it up, open the scheduled live stream. Hi, Joanne. Just wanted to stop and say hello, but I have to go back to work. I hope everyone is doing well. Good to see you. I hope you're yeah, have a good rest of your day at work. Thanks for popping in. And yeah, you've had some changes too, Joanne, in your family recently. If you tap on the screen left hand side, you can see the chat again. Okay, if I tap on it, it'll come back. Okay. Yeah, happy Friday. So it's Creative Friday. I love Fridays. It's because you're doing your live stream horizontal, the chat does not appear for very long. Okay. And it's true that this is the first time I've done a horizontal live on my phone. I always do vertical lives on my phone, horizontal lives on my laptop. But, I did get some feedback that you're here for a few minutes. Thank you, Judith. And thank you for your really honest response to my video that I posted yesterday. Um, I really appreciated that because you're so right. If I'm going to say things that might touch a nerve, then I have to be willing to deal with the comments that might be negative. You too, yes, I have been challenging. Oh, it's been challenging but determined to keep going. Okay, got to run. Happy to catch you. Yeah. Oh, happy to catch you too, Joanne. Hope you have a good day. So, yeah, oh, there's mosquitoes out here. It's a really kind of cold and foggy morning here in Alberta. It was only like 9 degrees Celsius. I'm not sure what that is Fahrenheit, but that's 9 degrees above freezing to start off today. But then it's supposed to get really hot this afternoon. It's really humid, so that's why I'm wearing my jean jacket because it's a little yeah, it's kind of foggy and chilly out. So yeah, anything else you guys want to talk about or just chat with each other, say hi. Um, See if I don't know. Mike says, yes, I do not like doing them horizontal on the phone just because the chat disappears. Okay, so that's not a new thing. That's just a thing that I didn't know. All right, good to know. I will probably do them vertical next time. What feedback did you get about the horizontal lives? Hi, Catherine. Welcome. Welcome. So we're talking today. Oh, feedback about the horizontal lives. Yes, right. I often start a sentence. Have you noticed? And I don't finish it. I got feedback that the sound wasn't very good. Um, and that's probably just because, a small laptop. Uh, I was just using a YouTube studio. And often, Dylan and I were both trying to, and I didn't have a microphone either like at that time. So maybe if I had plugged in the microphone, it'd probably be good. That's okay. I want you to interrupt me. That's what we're here for. Please interrupt me as many times as you can. So yeah, we were talking about hey Catherine, we were talking about changes and how you can change where you live. You're not stuck. But sometimes I think in life we go kind of on autopilot where we're just in the same just doing the same thing, right? And suddenly something happens and it shifts your mindset where you think, oh, I don't know if I have to keep doing this the same way. I can change. And I read this book transitions. Are you salty Pam or sweet Pam today, or a little of both? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I said I'm more salty than sweet. Um, I don't know. I hope I'm a good Chicago mix. You know what I mean? A little bit of salty, a little bit of sweet. Now I want that for breakfast. I don't know if that's a good choice. Yeah. Have you had that happen? Just like wave your hand if you've had that happen where, or even just with the recent YouTube changes, if it made you rethink your channel, if it made you rethink your direction. I'm very uncomfortable with change, Jen says. I've been working hard this week to step forward, and today I'm still in PJ's binge watch. Oh, shoot. I can't see that. Hmm. Where is it again? Where did it go? Ah, I lost the rest of your comment. I'm so sorry. That's okay. That's okay. Um, I think we need those days where we just kind of zone out, tune out. Jen, I wish I had some potato chips. Oh, she's eating potato chips? That's good. Yeah. Like here it's like 9 a.m., but where Jen is, it's probably I think 11. So it's more like lunchtime. So sorry, I must have missed it. I do love your answer. Oh, okay. They were very good, Catherine. Dill pickle. Oh, yeah, that's my husband's favorite kind of chips. It's dill pickle. Yeah. Jen, I can relate. Enjoy your Netflix. Yes. You know what? I very rarely watch movies or Netflix unless I find something that I'm interested in. Like I find a series or a show, then I have a really hard time stopping. You don't like change either, Mike? Yeah. We've had a lot of change. We have moved several times. I love dill pickle flavored anything except snow cones. Ooh, yeah, that sounds terrible. Netflix is good for mind numbing, says Jen. Yeah. You know what my favorite Netflix series was Mad Men. I absolutely loved that. I mean, not the sordid storylines as much, um, though those were good too. But I loved the clothing and the atmosphere and like the changes from the 60s to the 70s and yeah, just the whole atmosphere. I love that series. That's a long time ago now, I guess. Sorry I got called away and missed the last 10 minutes. That's okay, Cheryl. Thanks for popping back in. We're just talking about all kinds of stuff and what we think of change and how when something shifts like these, the YouTube rules, for example, how that sparks discussion, conversation, it sparks new thoughts, right? And there's been several times where I've realized, you know what? I don't have to, I'm not locked into this lifestyle. I'm not locked into this house I live in. I'm not like it's hard, but if we want to make change, the whole world is out there before us. Like it obviously gets harder as we get older, right? Maybe we get a little more stuck in our routines and stuck in our ways. But I don't know. I often think about that. Like, uh, only a baby likes change. Yeah, they do. I mean, just for example, if I suddenly decided, hey, Miss Sam, welcome, that I wanted to go live in Nova Scotia, I could do that. I mean, I would have to get Dylan on board with it. But I guess my point is sometimes when things happen, and even when they're not good things, like things that we resent or we resist, it can cause us to set off on a different path, right? Like the road less traveled, that poem, Robert Frost poem. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and wanting to go down both, I stood. Oh, I forget how it goes now. But anyway, he's sitting there contemplating, right? These two paths in front. And he decides to take the one that's less traveled. And then at the end, it says, and that has made all the difference. Yeah, move closer to Rob the Maritimer. Yeah. Um, so yeah, yesterday my video was just kind of talking about my husband and I considered moving to another province, but I don't want to move my son out of high school in grade 11. Yes, yes. Nova Scotia is a province in Canada on the east coast in the Maritimes. It's kind of like an island. It's not fully an island, but it's kind of like an island. That's understandable, Jen. Yes. Yes. We moved when my daughter was going into grade 10 and my son was going into grade 6. And it was really hard for both of them. Um, I don't necessarily regret it because things weren't great where we were, like in the school that they were in. So, um, but yeah, it was a really hard time to try and jump into a school where everybody knew each other and it was a really tight knit community. And yeah, it was really, really tough. So I definitely, like, if someone asked me my opinion, I would say stay till they graduate. That's what I would say. But, depending on your circumstances, right? Like, thank you guys for the likes. I appreciate that. There's 7 likes and 5 of you here. And I'm so glad some of you found the live stream again after my fumbling. I don't know. Wow, I gotta research what happened with with that because I'm really sad that I lost my whole description and the title and the momentum that I had when I started this. But that's okay. It's what's meant to be. You guys want to see my after moving from the UK to Canada, I maxed out on change. Yeah, I can understand that's a huge amount of change. Isn't this the cutest pop socket? The bird on it? I love it. Little things like that bring you joy, right? So I don't know. In a very changing, that's pretty. Yeah, thanks, Miss M. In a very changeable world where there's a lot of pressures, a lot of stresses, I think we we kind of resist change, right? Yeah, it's cute, isn't it? Um, that makes sense. It's like, leave me alone. I am already maxed out, like Jen was saying, with all of these changes that I'm experiencing. And the last thing I need is another monkey wrench thrown into the gears, right? Um, Sometimes I wonder about Dylan and I. It's like, I don't know. We change does come to find us, though. It won't leave me alone. Things happen. Like for me, you know, I love for you to share in the comments if you have any thoughts about this. But for me, one big change was like at my last teaching job. I loved it there. I love the people so much. I love the little community. I don't like change. It sets my anxiety off. Yeah, Miss Sam, I get that. And, but I found myself, I was so tired and I found myself like almost teaching on autopilot and feeling like I was dissociating, like in front of the class, just, and I realized I'm really burnt out. Like I got nothing left. I've used all the gas in the tank. The reserve tank is also now empty. And so that sparked a change because I thought, okay, I I can I think I need to resign, and just tell them I'm not going to be back next year. And they had a great, wonderful goodbye for me. It was very sweet and very wonderful. But that kind of also helped Dylan and I. We've been talking for years about moving from the town that we were living in because we just did not feel like we had some good friends there, but we just did not feel like we belonged there. And we realized that we were on a trajectory to like staying there, you know, um, and now I kind of honestly kind of regret moving back to this town in some ways, but you got to make the best of wherever you are, right? But but yeah, one my point is one change often leads to another, and for me also like with the You're heading to town. Have a wonderful day. You have a great day too. Enjoy being in town. Get your coffee or whatever you like to get there, Catherine. Mhm. Yeah. But what's on your mind? What's on your mind right now? What are you thinking about? I'm making the best of where we live. And now while we're here, that's why I swim every day. Yeah. And that's awesome that you have that. And you're just taking advantage of what we have around us is important. Like Dylan and I, we try to, go for walks in the evening. Um, Even though we live close to the highway and we have a whole bunch of work to do in our yard, enjoying the kids too while they're both at home. It won't be long until they're out of the house. Yeah. you know, I thought that too, Jen. Uh, I'm sure yours will be out of the house. I'm sure they're more independent. And I love my kids, and they both been out of the house several times. My daughter is fully out of the house now, and my son is back living with us again, trying to figure himself out. And he's 23. So, but sometimes Dylan and I, like, we just look at each other and we're like, we've been working so hard for so long. When do we get to what's on my mind is I have my MRI tomorrow. It shocked me that oh, you have an MRI tomorrow. Okay. Um, Sorry. So let's see if I can see that again. No, won't let me. Won't let me see your, no. Oh, well, I'll pray for you, Miss Sam. I hope that the MRI goes well. Just, breathe, relax, and just try and go with it. And hopefully it will give you the answers that you need. And sorry, Jen, I think I missed what you said there. You're welcome. That can be really scary. I know um I feel scared for some reason every time I have to go to the hospital or to get blood work done or to a doctor's appointment. It's hard for kids to live independently now with the cost of living. Okay, thank you for saying for retyping that. It is insane. I mean, you try to help them, you go broke trying to help them. Um yeah, like it's hard to know. I think that's the biggest question in this stage of my life has been how much do you help your kids when things are true Gen X? Yeah. That's why me being 30 still living at home. Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's, a lot more common. It's also hard to not save them all the time. Yeah. Like, my son, he's just kind of hitting the consequences of um, not having yes, it's so hard, not having the money to go back to university. And right now, he should be packing up and getting ready to go back to university for his second year, and he's not because he doesn't have the money, and we're not willing to pay what it takes. um, and So it's been hard. It's been a very stressful summer, in a lot of ways with that. But I don't like to talk about my kids too much, and I've already said too much about him, and I love him so much. But he's COVID kids have it hard. Yes, he was definitely a COVID kid in grade 11 and 12 during those years, and they were supposed to be online at 8 a.m. Um, with their cameras turned on for class, and oh, it was so difficult. Yes, they do, Judith. My mom has me pay for my share of rent even though I am living with my parents. Oh, that's good though. I understand, Pam. I'm in a similar situation. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for understanding. Thanks for understanding. But yeah, and another thing you understand, Judith, is just like the health challenges, and Jen too, and whoever else is here. Like my health challenges, realizing I had diabetes, realizing that like I don't understand as well, even though I don't have kids. Yeah, you understand. Yeah. On the other end of it, right? Um, just really not feeling well, like being really tired, having a huge amount of joint and muscle pain, headaches, like not having the energy of so many people around me. Um, and sometimes I feel like a failure. Like I see other people doing, even live streams at night. That's almost impossible for me to do because I have no energy left. Like I'm just a shadow of myself. Um, most of the time, right? Like I really don't feel well. And so that has really changed my life. Hey, Julie, good morning. Thanks for popping in. I don't always have a topic, but I had kind of a loose topic today about change and about how when something shifts, like with this YouTube new rules or something else in life, maybe a health challenge or something that happens in your family or job, where something shifts and then you start to have that discussion with yourself or have a conversation about, okay, what path am I on? Do I want to be on this path? Oh, yeah. Thank you, Miss Sam. Thank you. I am doing the best I can. Oh, but yeah, and how I guess for it just got me thinking about all the changes that we've had in our lives, all the different places that we've lived and moved and why we made those choices. Oh, sorry, I just kicked you. Kicked you with my foot. Um and the YouTube changes. I know that's an old topic now, but I guess it just got me thinking. Yeah, it's familiar feeling, you relate. Yeah. Got me thinking about why am I on here? And I think part of it is I didn't start on YouTube with intention, right? I started on YouTube, kind of just fell into it by accident. I had no goals, I had no plan. This was a place to put some videos. I've been questioning my wisdom of doing this show. I love it, but wow, exhausting. Oh, I can imagine, Julie. I can imagine. I really fall apart like in the evening. Like got to be honest. I mean, I kind of put it's my last push of the day to get like dinner on the table and clean up. My husband does help. Um, it's not like he's anybody's trying to make me do slave labor, but and then I just like sometimes I can get a second wind if I go outside. Like if I go outside for a walk and then I wander around the yard, suddenly I'll be weeding, I'll be deadheading flowers, I'll start digging around and doing all these extra jobs. But a lot of times I'm ready for bed at like 8. I'm just completely flatlined. Um, and I think that's just the new reality of I don't know, being in my 50s and having diabetes maybe, or whatever else I'm struggling with health wise, because I really am struggling to feel well. That's when I usually start my wind down. Yeah. So I like a morning live. I mean, it's 9:30 or whatever a.m. here. I like a morning live because I still got some gas in the tank. I get a burst of energy, Miss M says, here and there. When I do, I get the things I need to get done. Yeah, it's like I have the energy. All right, I'm doing it right now. I have this job to do. I have the energy. Let's go. I know that's kind of how you have to do it. But I do think I'm kind of an anomaly. I have a lot of friends, not a lot of friends, but I have a lot of acquaintances, in my age group, people that I've known for years, and they seem to have the ability to accomplish or just do a lot more. So I'm just realizing that, yeah, my capacity is lower than other people, and I'm trying to make peace with that. Oh, shoot, I missed that comment. Okay, I'm never doing a horizontal live again because it used to work if I tap the left side of the screen, like Mike said, to bring the comment back up, but it's not working. Not working. I'm sorry, Jen. Yeah, I'm going back to vertical lives after this, or I'll use my laptop. And they seem to, magic word here. They seem to, okay. Yeah, maybe it just seems like it. I don't know. Yeah. So, totally different topic, but yesterday I needed to get some black dirt because we're going to plant these some trees that I got, and we have to fill in some holes around this fence. Anyway, we needed some black dirt, and I found this place about 10, 12 minutes out of town. HRT has given me a bit more energy. Yeah, that might be something I need to look into. It could be that, it could be this time of life. Um, I'm planning on getting a second phone just for that reason, to read the chat. Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I just, with the horizontal, like the vertical lives, the chat just stays there and you can just keep scrolling through it. But with this horizontal live, which I've never done before, yeah, the chat just appears for a little bit on the screen and then fades away. So unless I can figure out how to change that, and I'm not a fan, because that's why I'm here, to interact with you and read your comments and hear how you're doing and discuss things together. So, kind of puts a little bit of a damper on the discussion, but I'm trying to pay close attention. But whenever I'm thinking, I always tend to look away. How is the deer situation? Yes, they are. And you know what? Even though, Miss M, we got that very expensive fence put up on the one side of our property, we looked out there. There's a mother deer and her two fawns munching away. They came in through a different direction. I didn't think they would do that. I didn't think they would, they'd have to come out onto the street and then find their way through the front of our property. I didn't think they would do that, but they did. So, oh, yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? I don't know. Oh, my husband's old truck. He has an old, yeah, they did outsmart me. He has an old GMC. Well, I forget. I should know the name, but I don't know. It's quite old though, and the tires, like, it hasn't been. Yeah, that's good, Julie. Yeah, so not totally roadworthy truck. He also didn't have any registration on it, but I was determined to get this dirt, and so I called them and I said, how much does it cost? Do you think you can load me up like half the box and come back for another half, because this truck, I don't know if it can take the weight. And they said, oh yeah, we can do, whatever works. And then I drove it out there, and as I was driving out there, I hit a bump and the tailgate fell down. And I'm like, shoot, because he's been having trouble with the tailgate latching. I'm like, that's the last thing I need, a bunch of black dirt, pouring out in the highway. So when I got there, I secured the tailgate, I pulled on it a bunch of times. I said, it seems really good. I asked the old man that was in the tractor. I said, what do you think? Do you think you can load this up? Do you think it's gonna be able to take the dirt? He said, oh yeah. And I said, do I need a tarp to cover it up? He says, no, it'll be fine. I was surprised. It was fine. So anyway, I went out there, got the dirt loaded up. I paid, drove home kind of a back way, so I didn't have to go through town and hit any of the massive potholes in our town. And I got back, parked the truck, tailgate stayed up, dirt was fine, and I just felt like, yes, I accomplished something. The day before that, I went out to a greenhouse and bought trees in the same truck and secured them down and got them home. Here's a great channel about menopause. Her name is Carrie Ann Wright. She's hilarious. I should lean into that a little bit more. I like to pretend that I have no body. I don't know if that makes any sense. But all my life, I resisted talking about anything to do with, like, physical things, like especially cycles. I just, I always just pretended that it wasn't there. And I never comfortable. I'm not comfortable talking about it. I'm not comfortable even saying the word. You're 30, yeah. It'll be fine, Miss M. It'll be fine. Just enjoy your youth. Enjoy your youth while you have it. But isn't that a funny thing? Like, what's wrong with me? I know exactly what you mean, but it's just like change. It keeps coming for you. I know. You can resist, you can put things off, you can ignore it, you can procrastinate, but it's coming for you, right? Yeah, it's true. So, yeah. But I know I've always kind of wondered, like, I have friends that talk about it like it's not a big deal, and I'm just like, I don't do we talk about that? And maybe it's the way I was raised. I don't know. I've always just been super uncomfortable. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm a weirdo, I guess. So maybe I will. No, I've gone 35 minutes. Oh, somebody going for a walk behind me. I call my cycle my monthly diva, telling all of you one of my secrets. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. It's the truth. Yeah. So I guess that's part of I love it when someone's like walking by with their phone and they're just talking away. But I guess I'm out here with my phone talking away too. Oh, anyway, well, uh, we can tell the truth without going into too many details. Yeah, I can. I can. Um, but this is really uncomfortable for me. This thing about telling the truth. When you're a lifelong people pleaser, in like me, kind of codependent, kind of like codependent. I mean, my mood, my if I'm only okay if people in my life are okay. It's like I don't have any kind of independence, independent self. I have I don't really know myself. Okay. So this is like a pretty big step for me to say, I'm going to say some things that I know people might disagree with, because that's a core value of mine. And so I'm grateful for, just the chance to think about that. I'm grateful for the support. I'm grateful for people still, you know, being here. I'm grateful for honest comments that people make, um, and holding me accountable. But yeah, it's definitely a challenge for me, and I think that's why one thing I didn't say on the video that I posted yesterday, that I was going to say is I've been wondering about whether I should quit YouTube and spend the time that I spend on YouTube, spend that time writing, because I think like through writing it takes longer, it's harder. Um, yeah, but I think I can reveal the truth better through writing. Um, and I can say hard things because it's coming through characters, it's coming through story, it's coming through experiences. Um, but anyway, I'm just thinking that through. But thank you for being here. I am sorry that this live stream did not kind of happen like I was expecting it to, but you know what? That's life and you just roll with it. And maybe it happened exactly how it was meant to. And I super appreciate you that stopped in and shared your heart. Yeah, have a great day, Miss M. And help me out and made comments and resonated. And yeah, just truly appreciate that. So I am just while I'm thinking of it, I like Friday morning live streams, but I'm not sure yet what my schedule is going to be this coming year for Fridays. So I'm just kind of holding that loosely, but hopefully I can get into a routine, with a live so that everybody kind of knows, okay, Pam's going to be live at this time. Yes, thank you, Judith. Thank you, Jen. Yeah, have a lovely day. I'll see you guys hopefully again really soon. Thanks again. Bye bye.